To my right I have, Caesar proclaims that there'll be a drunken orgy tonight. Well, maybe a sober orgy. Maybe just a lot of fun. I don't know. Fun is where you find it, though, right? So, did you know that you guys know that being smarter only increases the chances of your being a nutcase? I know I'm too damn smart for my own good. It not only enables me to be narcissistic, it enables me to be narcissistic when I just think I'm a blooming genius. Plus now I even count things obsessively, so I must be OCD, obsessive compulsive. Almost to the point where I think that everything should come in pairs of two, all neatly made, enhancing the contour lacquer stroke, like my Caesar's robe. Without the underwear. No, there's underwear there.
That's what the sad.
But as Caesar knows, sex is only dirty when it's done right, right?
What else?
Caesar knew that too. But the Romans did do a lot of partying. And they had a lot of wine and they peeled grapes, and I'm just waiting for some of you guys to peel me a grape or something like that.
They're in the kitchen, Caesar. Oh wow, look.
So you guys know that insanity isn't all it's cracked up to be? Did most of you know that, or was I telling you something you didn't know?
Not all cracked up.
Yeah, that's it.
Why is that, Joe?
Because I just got out of the funny farm. The Bonkers Institute, the Looney Bin, the Heresy House, the Nut Grove, the Sparks College, less the knowledge. They let me out because guess what, you guys? I passed my reality test. With flying colors, I saw red and felt blue. Besides, I was just too unhappy to commit suicide. That is, I wouldn't jump off a building without a hand glider. Oh, shoot. I'm so used to seeing ghosts. We don't have any ghosts around here, do we? I'm so used to seeing ghosts, they don't scare me anymore. There's a ghost, there's a ghost. They don't scare me anymore. They make me mad. Speaking of being mad, you know what it says on the outside of my psychologist's door? It says, don't go away mad. Mad, 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 mad. Oh, my aching amygdala. Don't get mad, get even. But, you guys, meanwhile, in the mental ward, right, Jerry? Meanwhile, in the mental ward, everybody's on their own trip, except nobody's been using any drugs. Myself, I felt colors and tasted sounds, but still made the time to smell a few roses along the way. I quit smoking local weed because it didn't cure schizophrenia, man. I joined Emotions Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, and Love and Sex Addicts Anonymous. I couldn't squeeze Alcoholics Anonymous into my schedule, but they still voted me unanimous anonymity. Unanimous anonymity. In other words, nobody knew me, right? And meanwhile, on the mental ward, everybody's on their own trip. Meanwhile, in the mental ward, I was too busy reading people's minds to be able to talk, relate, communicate, much less make any sense. I almost flunked behavior modification. I was too stubborn to change. In cooking class, I baked fruitcakes, but they all turned out too nutty.
Did you live where the nuts chase the squirrels?
That's where I work. I work there now.
Yeah.
I used to work for the state hospital. Now the state hospital works for me, that is. But, you know, you guys, life is a scary enough place without being so paranoid that you think that everybody's talking about you behind your back. And they're saying things like, isn't he strange? Look at the way he just tails off in tongues. Domino, momino, bomino, bomino, momino. And howls at the moon. Ow! Ow! Is that a good pitch? Let's face it, you guys, I'd have a brain transplant, except I'd probably have amnesia. That would work though, wouldn't it? That would work. That would cure and shrink your soul and superego complexes with new Freud's gel. Just massage Freud's gel into your scalp. Once it gets through that thick skull of yours, you'll have a brain that's shrunken to half its original size, and with only half of the original problems. No reason for costly psychoanalysis any longer with new Freud's gel. This stuff really works, you guys. And think you've lost your mind? Let Search and Rescue's Happy Mapper locate it for you. Say you knew where it was before racing thoughts on a dark and foggy night, and chances for recovery seem dim. Do people tell you that the lights are on but nobody's home? Does that make you feel like there's really no reason to track down and bring back your lost mind? Well, track it down and bring it back alive with new Happy Mapper. It's better than your GPS system. It's better than Mrs. Grauman. It's Happy Mapper. Stuff really works, you guys.
Is that why they said you're a picnic short with two sandwiches?
Damn ants get into everything, don't they? But when my doctor told me I have schizophrenia, I said I've been feeling a little beside myself lately. Then I had a grandiose delusion. I believe there was two famous people at once, and the voices inside my head began to argue. One voice said, "You're John Fitzgerald Kennedy," and the other voice said, "No, you're John Wayne." And the other voice said, "No, you're JFK," and the other voice said, "No, you're the Duke." Finally, one voice began to speak and said, "Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what the mafioso can do for your country." And the other voice said, "I'll only tell you once, Pilgrim, so get it straight the first time. Don't get into any fights unless you can finish them all by yourself." Hearing these voices, I got so scared I couldn't decide whether I wanted to join the army or be a peace marcher. So I decided to become...
Wall Street protest.
No. No, I haven't been to the Rock. Has anybody... Kathy's been to the Rocks. She might do a speech about the Rock. If I stood up on a stump, I might be able to find a speech to do the Rock. But I'm Caesar tonight. So maybe I'm Caesar who thinks he's a comedian.
It's the Ides of March.
But, did you guys know? Do you really, if you're thinking about this stuff, you really know this stuff. Romance is a fleeting, shadowy smile on the face of a candle at night. Isn't it a candle at night?
It will be.
It will be. And things we do while in the throes of romance, we wouldn't ordinarily do, right? The things we do while in the throes of romance and crazy. I woke up, proposed to a girl by 9 o'clock all over the phone at her work. She said, "Oh, of course, Joe's crazy," but not before I tried to tie the knot where there was no string before, or attachment involved.
Where are you going?
And,
It's a Gordian knot.
but totally totally unabridged, guys. That's what I feel like sometimes. Well, let's let Kathy want to sing? Sing Long, Long Ago, Far, Far. Kathy's going to come up here and we're going to sing our favorite
Song.
Hey, Joe, I'm looking at you right now in the sun. It's like right over your head. You look like Jesus Christ.
Well, wasn't he?